the spiritual foundation of energy management. Hello, and welcome to a journey that transcends mere visible practice and delves into the profound spiritual science of the Bhagavad Gita. Today, we explore how this eternal scripture, a timeless guide to righteous living and self-realization, provides the ultimate philosophical and practical foundation for the practice of semen retention, or brahmacharya. Many view retention as a modern biohack, but the Gita reveals it as an ancient, essential discipline for anyone seeking true power, unshakable focus, and liberation. The Gita's central message is the necessity of self-mastery, the conquest of the lower self, the reactive mind, and senses by the higher self, the discerning intellect and spirit. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful natural forces in the human body, and the Gita teaches that energy, when left uncontrolled, becomes the greatest distraction and source of bondage. When it is conserved and directed, it becomes the most potent fuel for spiritual and material success. The Gita guides us on how to convert the kama, sensual desire that fuels dissipation, into tapas, spiritual austerity, and focused inner heat that fuels transformation. This is the Gita's guide to the undepleted life. A life where every ounce of vital energy is consciously consecrated to the highest possible purpose, turning the practice of retention into an act of profound spiritual devotion and ultimate self. The core conflict, Indriya Nigraha, control of senses. The Gita's guide to retention begins with the concept of Indriya Nigraha, or the control of the senses. The scripture repeatedly emphasizes that the senses are like wild horses, and the mind is the reins. If the senses are allowed to run free, they will inevitably drag the intellect and the spirit into the mire of material attachment and fleeting pleasure, leading to misery. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that an uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the self, and a mind entangled by sensual desires is inherently weak and incapable of sustained action or clear vision. The text addresses the power of desire, kama, directly diato va, asa, sagas te, sa, ge, te sa, je, yet, ka, ma, ka, m, te, krodo beach, yet. This verse outlines the chain of bondage. Contemplation gives attachment, gives desire, kama. Semen retention, at this level, is the practice of breaking this chain at the very first step, controlling the contemplation of sense objects, particularly those related to sexual desire. The energy that would otherwise be consumed in this mental and physical pursuit is conserved. By denying the senses and the mind the fuel of dissipated energy, the practitioner gains the inner strength necessary to halt this cycle of attachment and subsequent suffering. Retention is thus the physical manifestation of Indriya Nigraha, fortifying the entire being against the onslaught of kama. The path of karma yoga, transmuting energy into action. The Gita does not advocate for inaction or a life of ascetic withdrawal. Rather, it promotes karma yoga, the path of selfless, dedicated action. This is where the practice of semen retention finds its most powerful application in the material world, transmutation. The conserved sexual energy is the potent, creative force that is now available to be channeled into action, vocation, and duty dharma without attachment to the results. Krishna's guidance here is clear. Karmanifdik raste m fale ucheode chena m karma fale heturbiha rm tesa go estifi akarma e. The energy that is not spent in the pursuit of sensual results, the fleeting pleasure of discharge, is now available to be fully invested in the action itself. Karma semen retention, therefore, acts as an energetic commitment to karma yoga. The practitioner channels the intense drive of their conserved vitality into their work, their goals, and their service, focusing solely on the effort with the mind free from the anxiety and distraction of desiring immediate outcomes. This results in unrivaled focus, persistence, and quality of work. The creative power of life force is transmuted into the creative power of action, ensuring that the individual is always undepleted and ready to fulfill their dharma with full vitality and clarity. The pinnacle of discipline, dharana and dhyana. The ultimate goal of the Gita is union with the divine yoga, achieved through the higher forms of meditation and consciousness. This is where the conserved energy becomes absolutely critical. The practice of retention is the material groundwork for achieving the mental focus required for dharana concentration and dhyana meditation. An energy-depleted mind is restless, scattered, and is solely distracted. It cannot hold focus on a single point. Retention builds the essential mental stillness and inner heat tapas needed for deep practice. Yatato hai, apikanteya puru, ashafipa, chita, indriyui prenthioni. Retention is the direct, physical fortification against this forcible carrying away of the mind. By reducing the inner turbulence caused by unchecked sensual energy, the practitioner creates the conditions for a concentrated mind. The conserved life force then serves as the energetic foundation that sustains the prolonged, divergent, deep focus required for genuine meditation, eventually leading to samadhi, spiritual absorption, and self-realization. The practice is thus a bridge, grounding the material energy so the mind can transcend the material world. The crucial instruction, Yukta Asana, in verse 6.14, central to the Gita's guide on meditation and self-mastery, is a specific instruction on the practitioner's physical and mental state. Chapter 6 is dedicated entirely to dhyana yoga meditation, and here, Krishna provides a foundational blueprint for effective practice. The conservation of energy is explicitly tied to the preparation for meditation. The specific instruction on the state of the aspirant is given in Bhagavad Gita 6.14. Prasantabam Vigatober Brahmak Bre, Varat Sita, Monak Sayamiya, Makchito, Yukta, Estim. Translation: one should sit, having controlled the mind, being fearless, firm in the vow of brahmacharya, having the mind fixed on me and regarding me as the supreme goal. This verse directly identifies brahmachari varatsi, stead firm in the vow of brahmacharya, or retention, as a prerequisite for successful meditation. The state of the aspirant must be pra-unti-team, peaceful mind. The mind must be tranquil, a state that is impossible when energy is consistently dissipated. Retention is the source of this profound inner peace. Vigatobachisi, fearless. Fear arises from instability and attachment. The self-sovereign man who controls his energy naturally becomes fearless because his power is internal, not reliant on external conditions. Brahma, Arifrate Sitha, firm. In retention, this is the direct instruction for semen retention. It signifies that the conservation of sexual energy is necessary to gather the full force of the mind for spiritual focus. Without this, the mind remains too scattered and attached to the body's lower impulses to achieve higher consciousness. Manak Sayamiya, controlled mind. Control of the mind is the outcome of the previous three states, allowing the practitioner to fix their thoughts on the divine. Verse 6.14 reveals the supreme importance of retention. It is the energetic foundation upon which mental tranquility, fearlessness, and concentrated focus are built, making it indispensable for anyone serious about the path of yoga, the undepleted life. Living as a steta prajna. The final aim of the Gita's philosophy is the creation of the steta prajna, the man of steady wisdom. This is the ultimate undepleted man, whose intellect is unclouded, whose emotions are stable, and whose actions are selfless. The entire guide to retention and energy management is a practical tool for achieving this ideal state. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your location in the comments. I'd love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel, where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description. Please comment on which topic you need a video series. Your suggestions, welcome to motivate us. Next video, coming soon, Shri Krishna, Sermon on Retention Power.